Hello viewers, welcome to the editorial analysis by Drishti IAS. In this section, we regularly take editorials from various newspapers and news portals for a better understanding of various issues happening in India and around the globe. In this section, we first try to link the editorial with our UPSC syllabus. Then we go analytical in order to understand some key points and at last some important concepts. Dear viewers, we truly hope that you like this initiative taken by Drishti IAS and your feedbacks are important for us. So kindly feel free to give your important feedbacks in the comment section. So without any further delay, let's commence our session.
Dear viewer, this video is available in Hindi as well. If you wish to watch it, please visit our Hindi YouTube channel, Drishti IAS. For your convenience, the link for this video in Hindi has been provided in the description below.
Today's editorial is taken from the Financial Express, published on 17th of December 2020. The title of today's editorial is Big Stakes for Apple and India. Need to address all issues. If we try to summarize today's editorial, we can say that both Apple and government have to fix issues that have come up. This can upset India's plan to woo firms away from China. If we try to link today's editorial with our UPSC syllabus, we can link it with GS Paper 3, which has sections that include Indian economy, issues relating to planning, mobilization of resources, growth, development, employment, inclusive growth, issues arising from it, government budgeting, effects of liberalization on the economy, changes in the industrial policy, and their effects on industrial growth. Some key points from today's editorial. The issue of what it says about labor relations in India apart, a tweet by the chief reporter of Global Times, a Chinese Communist Party newspaper, suggests the workers' riot at the Wistron facility making iPhones in Karnataka has the potential to derail India's plan to woo firms to relocate from China. Now, we are talking about a tweet that was actually given by the chief reporter of Global Times, which is Chinese Communist Party's mouthpiece. Now, the tweet made by the chief reporter was a reference to the violence that took place at a Wistron facility which makes iPhone for India in Karnataka. Now, owing to that violence, the reporter tweeted that such instances can definitely have the potential that it can derail India's attempt. What exactly India is trying to attempt? India is trying to actually woo many foreign firms, many manufacturing units, that they can relocate their manufacturing facilities from China to India. So it was said that such a violence issue can definitely raise the concern for all those who are planning to shift their manufacturing facilities from various other countries, China to India. Tweeting on the attack, Chen Qingqing said the event was a potential risk when manufacturers moved their production lines out of China, where they had most stable labor market. Now, the tweet was over the attacks, and it was said that after such a situation, there is a huge chance that the manufacturers, they will definitely find this thing quite risky to bring their production lines to India because of this particular incident. It also said that these firms, they have definitely done a terrible mistake by relocating their manufacturing facilities from China to India and other countries, because China, according to the reporter, has the most stable labor market. Does Terry Go from hashtag Foxconn regret moving those hashtag iPhone lines to hashtag India? So it was a question that was asked to Terry Go with reference to, is Foxconn regretting when they have decided to move those iPhone production units back to India? Now, before we move ahead, a little idea about what exactly Wistron is. So Wistron Corporation is a major original design manufacturer in Taiwan. It was the manufacturing arm of Acer International before being spun off in the year 2000. Also, on the other hand, let's talk about Foxconn. So Foxconn, it is also known as Hon Hai, H-O-N Honhai Precision Industry Corporation Limited. It trades as Foxconn Technology Group, or better known as Foxconn, again is a Taiwanese multinational electronics contract manufacturer with its headquarters in Tucheng, New Taipei City, Taiwan. This underscores how important it is for both the central and state government as well as to Apple to investigate the matter fully and take immediate corrective action to ensure the right is not replicated anywhere else in the country, whether at Apple or other facility. Now, after this violence breakout, it is high time for everyone, whether we are speaking about the central government, whether we are talking about the state government, or also for Apple, that they have to look into the matter and they have to investigate it properly. And whatever findings come out, it is required that immediate corrective actions are to be taken. And it should be ensured that no such riots are replicated anywhere else in any other facility of Apple or any other facility with reference to any company or corporation. Now, if you speak about the present scenario, on the face of it, the riot, Wistron puts the losses due to the workers attacking part of the factory at 26 to 52 crores took place due to unpaid dues and poor working conditions. Some news reports on the incident talk of a 6-day week with 12 hours days and 1 hour 30-minute and 3 10-minute breaks. Now, it says that people who are speaking about this entire issue, when it was asked from the Wistron that how much losses they have incurred, so Wistron has reported that after the violence, a total loss of around 26 to 52 crores was done by the people. Also, when it was asked from the other side that what exactly were the reasons why this violence breakout, so it was said that the laborers, they were not paid their dues and the working conditions were also very bad. Now, according to one such news report, it was said that they have heard that the workers had to work for 6 days a week with 12 hours daily. In between that 12 hours, the workers were given one break of 30-minute and 3 10-minute breaks. Since workers on Wistron's roll worked 8-hour shift 6 days a week, while those on the rolls of contractors worked 12-hour shifts with the breaks, a meal and 2 snacks, but for 4 days a week. A clear lesson for Apple is to examine whether the working hour makes sense. Now, when more detailed investigation was done, it came to the knowledge of the reporters that the people, the labor who are working on the Wistron's roll, they had to work for 6 days a week with 8 hours as the maximum working time. Whereas those laborers who were working on the rolls of the contractor means Wistron must have asked a contractor to provide some laborers. Now, the total salary, the total amount, whatever was fixed between the contractor and the Wistron must have paid it to the contractor. And it is the contractor who decides how much salary will be given and what shall be the working hours. So it has been said that the laborers on the roll of the contractors, they had to work for 12 hours shift. But this was for 4 days. And also in the working days, the laborers, they were given proper breaks, a meal and snacks for 2 times. Okay. Now, it is a very important question where Apple is to be asked this question and Apple has to intervene that whether such working hours, they make any sense or not. Also, while Apple may pay Wistron on time and the later may pay its contractor as per schedule, Apple needs to ensure the workers are getting a fair deal from the contractors its vendors use. Now, we are not raising any doubt on anyone. The editorial is saying that, okay, Apple might be paying on time to Wistron, and Wistron also might be paying to all the contractors as per the schedule. But what Apple has to see, and Apple has to intervene, that whether the laborers who are working, they are getting the fair deal or the fair salary or fair amount from the contractors or not. This is probably why after an HR general manager of Maruti Suzuki was burnt during worker violence in 2012, the firm started hiring more workers on the roll rather than those on the rolls of the contractors. See, one such situation came in the year 2012. Now, there was this incident where our HR general manager of Maruti Suzuki, he was burnt alive by the laborers who were actually doing violence. Now, after this incident, what Maruti Suzuki did was it started to hire more and more workers on the payrolls of Maruti Suzuki, and the number of workers under the contractors, their numbers were definitely reduced. The central and the state government for their part need to see why existing labor laws and the machinery, which includes labor inspectors, failed to detect the issue. Now, this is the question which is to be asked to both the state and the central government. Number one, first of all, where exactly, if such was the situation, where exactly was the labor inspector, and why didn't he intervene into the matter and brought each and everything according to the existing labor laws? If the working conditions were as poor as the Reuters suggests, surely the workers would have made representation on this as well as given notices to strike that the local administration would be aware of. See, if the working conditions that are coming into the news, if they are as poor as they seem to be, so definitely the workers must have brought this issue before the representative authorities as well. The representative authorities might have definitely given that the workers will go on strike if proper initiative is not taken on this particular issue. So it is to be checked with the local administration that was there any such complaint, and yes, if there was any such complaint, where exactly the local administration was doing at that point of time. See, if we speak about the labor laws reforms, so we all know that this year in the month of September, the government of India, it came up with 3 bills. Okay. Now, the 3 bills that I'm talking about is the Industrial Relations Code 2020. Number 2, the Code on Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code of 2020, and also the Social Security Code of 2020. Now, these bills are quite important. First of all, number 1, we'll just have a gist of what exactly these bills were. So, number 1 is the Social Security Code 2020. The facility of ESIC would now be provided in all 740 districts. At present, the facility of ESIC is being given in 566 districts only. The EPFO's coverage would be applicable on all establishments having 20 workers. At present, it was applicable only on establishments included in the schedule. Also, provision has been made to formulate various schemes for providing comprehensive social security to workers in the unorganized sector. A fund is also being spoke about. A social security fund will be created on the financial side in order to implement these schemes. Okay. The second one, Occupational Safety, Health and Working Condition Code 2020. Now, under this, free health checkup once a year by the employer for workers which are more than a certain age. A legal right for getting appointment letter given to workers for the first time. The cine workers will have been designated as audio-visual worker so that more and more workers get covered under the OSH, Occupational Safety Hazard Code. Earlier, this security was given to artists working in films only. Okay, so this is the second bill. Number 3, the Industrial Relation Code 2020, IRC, Industrial Relation Code. Now, efforts are made by the government for quickly resolving disputes of the workers. Now, it includes number one, compulsory facility for helpline for redressal of problems of migrant worker. Number two, a national database of migrant workers will be created. Number three, there is a provision for accumulation of 1 day leave for every 20 days worked when work has been done for 180 days instead of 240. Initially it was 240. Now it has been taken to 180 days. Next, equality for women in every sphere. Women have to be permitted to work in every sector at night, but it has to be ensured that provision for their security is made by the employer and consent of women is taken before they work at night. Also, in the event of the death of a worker or injury to a worker due to an accident at his workplace, at least 50% share of the penalty would be given. This amount would be in addition to the employee's compensation. So, these are some of the recent initiatives that the government has taken, and also it is to be ensured by both the central and the state government that a proper investigation is done in this Wistron facility matter. If this happened, why did the state machinery fail to act on it? It is, of course, odd that matters reached the levels they did, since the real expansion in Wistron's workforce took place just over last few months after the government notified the PLI scheme of manufacturing incentives for mobile phones. Now, it should be noted that the number of laborers they have been hired at a higher numbers by Wistron, and it has especially been increased after the government announced the PLI scheme, incentive. Very important to see. Now, what exactly the PLI scheme is? So, PLI, number one, it is to be understand, it is performance linked incentive. Now, PLI scheme is an outcome and output oriented scheme where incentives will be paid only if the manufacturers make the good. Now, this scheme will give cash incentive for 5 to 7 years, and all the sunrise and important sectors are proposed to be covered in this. The sectors, various sectors which have been covered, they are automobile, networking products, food processing, mobile phones, chemistry, solar panel manufacturing, etc. Okay. Government has also, they have said that the initial idea of the government with respect to the PLI scheme was to launch it with the mobile phones. So the government started with mobile phones and the pharma sector. Later on, government added another 8 industries. So right now, a total of 10 industries have been included in the PLI initiative of the central government of India. The way forward, since the purpose behind the central government amending labor laws recently to allow fixed term contracts was to encourage firms to hire workers on their rolls instead of using contractors whose operations are difficult to supervise. This would suggest the law have little impact. See, the labor laws which were recently presented by the government in the month of September, they also made some suggestions which actually encouraged the institutions or the manufacturing firms to hire people, to hire workers on their pay scale. Because according to the government, if a contractor is being taken into consideration, so monitoring the entire process becomes a bit difficult. If there are still lacunae that make firms prefer contractor, this means the labor law reforms haven't really worked, and the center needs to fix way to this. This is in the interest of the trade unions as well, since more jobs are better for their members. See, even after these reforms which have been brought about by the central government, even after these reforms, if the organizations, they are preferring the contractor labors, then it is something that the government should think about. That their entire focus was to encourage organizations on hiring people on the company rules. But even after such reforms, if this objective is not being achieved, then there is a need to review these labor laws one more time and to see what better can be done. Also, it should be noted by all the trade unions that if such laws are introduced where our organization or a manufacturing unit has to hire people on its payroll, it's definitely a blessing for the trade unions because their members are the one who will get most benefited with such thing. Till now, though the number of days lost due to the worker unrest have reduced from 4 million in 2015 to 1 million in 2019 according to the Labour Ministry's latest annual report, India had a reputation for labour laws that were anti-industry. The Wistron episode suggests India has labour laws that allow workers to be exploited. Okay, if we speak about the number of days which have been lost due to workers' unrest, in 2015, the number was standing at 4 million. However, according to a report by the Labour Ministry, this has come down to 1 million in 2019. Also, if we spoke about the Indian laws, or you can say the Indian labour laws, there was an opinion about the Indian labour laws that they were anti-industry. And with the Wistron episode, it can be clearly said that India's labour laws are like a situation where the labourers can definitely be exploited. Neither reputation is desirable for a country that is hoping to significantly increase its manufacturing capacity so as to provide more jobs for its citizens. See, it is very important to see that both the situations, number one, when somebody says or somebody terms Indian labour laws as anti-industry, very bad for the reputation of our country. Similarly, on the other side, if someone says that the Indian labour laws are actually a mean through which labourers can be exploited, this is also not good for the reputation of the country. So we have to come up with such a situation where all these issues are tackled and handled in a very decent manner, because such negative reputation can definitely bring a challenge for our country. Why? Because our country is actually trying to increase its manufacturing capacity, and with an increasing manufacturing capacity, there will be lots and lots of job that the government can provide to the people here. So it is very important that these matters are handled with prime concern. So viewers, this was with today's editorial analysis. Now, a question that can be framed with reference to today's analysis: discuss various issues related to labour laws in India. Suggest some measures to resolve these issues. Number 2, why India need labour reforms. So viewers, I hope you liked today's editorial analysis. Thank you very much.